Hey, look at that. Look at that. 35 degrees tonight. It's cold. It got down to 29 degrees last night.
As the sun goes.
Hey, what's up, guys? It is cold outside. It is getting colder. Last night was 29 degrees. Tonight it's 35 degrees. I expect it to drop down below 30 again tonight. But anyway, just stay warm out there. If you're working in this cold, stay warm, stay safe, stay dry. Let's talk about anosognosia. I'm going to talk about this briefly, and I'm only going to really go over it in this video. I will reference it in the future Psychosis videos, but let's talk about what anosognosia is and why it's important. So, anosognosia is a medical term, and it literally means without knowledge, without medical knowledge. And it's Greek, and when it's very common with anybody who is suffering from any sort of mental illness. It's common in many, many different mental illnesses, but it is most prevalent in schizophrenia. Now, what happens with this illness, or with this symptom of the illness, is that the person is completely incapable and unaware that they're sick. It is not denial. They are not in denial of having an illness. They literally are not capable of knowing that they're ill. So this presents an interesting situation to medical staff in trying to help a person get treatment, because they're going to say, I'm not sick, I don't need help. And for them, it is a heartfelt, real-world belief. It is their reality. It is a delusion. It is not denial, so you can't talk somebody out of it like you would if somebody was in denial about something. And that's where it poses a problem for security and trying to gain compliance on something. A person with anosognosia may believe, due to their illness, have a delusion that they believe that they live in a person's house when they actually don't live in a person's house. Or they may believe that they're an employee at a certain location when they're actually technically not an employee, but you cannot convince them that they are not an employee. You can give them all the restraining orders, court orders, what have you, that you want. You can give them all of this, provide them with the evidence, and they will not believe it. And there's reasons for them not believing it, because it's their reality. They have long-term memories in place in their brain, and it's all from a mental illness, and it's all from delusion. And these memories are fake, but they don't know that they're fake. They think that they're real. And so put yourself in their shoes, and let's say if you let's say that you go to visit your mom, and somebody tells you that is not your mom, and you say yes it is. And how are you going to feel when somebody starts telling you that's not your mom, she has a restraining order against you, you need to stop coming here? You have a whole childhood of memories with that person. You're not going to believe them. That is the same situation with somebody who suffers from a mental illness and has a side effect or a symptom called anosognosia. They are not going to believe you, and they're not going to comply. In fact, you're going to meet some violence, especially the more severe the anosognosia is. And so there is a method of talking to someone who has anosognosia that works very well, and it's called LEAP. And I'm going to go into LEAP on another video because it's going to take a bit of time to talk about. LEAP is a very effective method of communication, and it's an acronym. And the acronym is basically listen, empathize, agree, and then partner. And the next video I do is going to go more into detail about that. You can also look it up on other videos. There's the LEAP Institute. There's the Henry Amador Center for Anosognosia. It's run by a psychiatrist, a doctor of 30 years by the name of Javier Amador. And he has a few videos. There's a TED Talk on YouTube. You can watch his videos. They're very interesting. I'm adapting his methods of LEAP to be used for security because mainly the model is meant for medical for medical treatment. So I am adapting his methods, and I'll be coming out with a video soon about LEAP and how to use LEAP. But you know, this is very important to keep in mind because you really, part of empathizing is knowing where they're coming from. And if you can't empathize with somebody, then you can't reach them, and it's very difficult to communicate with somebody and get compliance out of them if you're not able to put yourself in their shoes and know where they're coming from. You got to relate. And you know, if you're religious and familiar with the Bible, you know, Paul wrote to Timothy, says, "Be all things to all men," and I think that applies to security. Is, you know, you got to be all things to all people. I mean, you got to be able to relate to people, and that's part of the job. So, you know, being aware of this type of illness is definitely going to help you with talking to somebody who has a mental illness, and it's going to help you be more successful in gaining compliance and making your client's property a little safer, especially when it deals with trespassing and somebody who believes that they actually do belong there. So anyway, I'm gonna sign off for now. You guys have a good night. Stay safe. Catch you later. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and like, comment, and share. Thank you much.